How much, if you get a good photo of them, how much will
Taylor pays the rent.
How much is the rent?
The rent is expensive.
Like
in
$5
New York.
grand? Like you get a good photo here,
Yeah,
$5 grand?
no more than that.
More than that?
Ready for the ultimate celebrity roller coaster? First up, we're spilling the tea on just how much cash paparazzi rake in for that perfect Taylor Swift snap. Spoiler, it's enough to make your rent feel like pocket change. Then, Joe Alwyn pops back into the London scene with a mystery woman, and insiders are buzzing over whether she's someone you might actually know. Next, Taylor's bridal squad is shaping up to be pure A-list magic, with Gigi Hadid, Selena Gomez, and few more surprises joining the wedding Avengers.
Hi, Gigi, you look amazing. Hi, Gigi.
And Swifties, brace yourselves. Her latest tour album finally reveals a massive Easter egg, hidden in plain sight for fans to obsess over. But not everyone's thrilled. Taylor's decision to skip Kim Kardashian has left the reality star feeling hurt. Meanwhile, Simone Biles is serving full-on wag energy, hyping her husband Jonathan Owens with Taylor and Travis vibes at Soldier Field.
I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me.
This whole story starts out like something straight out of a chaotic New York rom-com, except instead of dramatic breakups and cab chases, it's Taylor Swift trying to get to dinner without a flashing light show trailing her like she's the moon and the paparazzi are possessed werewolves. So picture this. Taylor and Travis show up at Zero Bond, the kind of place where the door probably judges you before the staff does. Insiders say the moment she steps out in Manhattan, it's like someone fired the starter pistol at a 100-meter dash. Cameras everywhere, lenses popping out like they're on springs. And honestly, it does look invasive when all she wants is a quiet date night, maybe some pasta, maybe to breathe without someone zooming in 400%. But here's where it gets wild. Jason Tartick, yes, the guy who's built half his persona on financial curiosity, ends up seated near Taylor and Travis at Zero Bond, already a fever dream. He ends up wandering outside afterward and spots a photographer lurking like he's about to unlock a side mission. And of course, Jason being Jason, he treats it like a business interview. He asks the dude the question we've all whispered. How much do you even make off one photo? Insiders say the paparazzo basically smirks like he's holding state secrets. He tells Jason that one good shot of Taylor doesn't just pay the rent, it is the rent. Jason guesses maybe $5 grand, and the photographer hints it's actually a bit more. Translation: one crisp, clean, perfectly timed pic of Taylor Swift stepping out of a door probably makes more than most people's monthly salaries combined.
How much, if you get a good photo of them, how much will
Taylor pays the rent.
How much is the rent?
The rent is expensive.
Like
in
$5
New York.
grand? Like you get a good photo here,
Yeah,
$5 grand?
no more than that.
More than that?
Suddenly, those stampeding camera mobs make a whole lot more sense. But here's the kicker. These payouts aren't standard. Sources explain the cash depends on everything from exclusivity to chaos level. If 10 photographers get the same shot, you're looking at maybe $150 to $250. But if you're the chosen one, the sole mortal who captured the golden image, that can shoot up to $10,000 for literally one moment. And speaking of moments, Joe Alwyn is having one of his own right now because while the world is busy calculating paparazzi rent money, Joe is in London stepping back into the dating chat like he never left. While Taylor is deep in her lover-girl era, floating around engaged and glowing with Travis Kelce, her ex Joe Alwyn is apparently doing the soft launch Olympics. Insiders say he was spotted last month at a London play he starred in. But the real plot twist walked in with him, a mystery woman who clearly wasn't trying to be part of the paparazzi circus. She and Joe reportedly left together afterward, doing the classic maybe if we walk very casually no one will notice attempt. Spoiler, people noticed. Now insiders are buzzing with two totally different theories. One camp swears the woman is Lorene Scafaria, the powerhouse writer-director who can casually walk into a room and make half of Hollywood nervous. Joe and Lorene supposedly dipped out quietly after the show, but there's zero confirmation that they're actually dating. Just enough hints to get the internet's detective squad foaming at the mouth. But then another source pops up with a whole different plot twist, claiming Joe is actually seeing someone entirely else. According to them, he's been spending time with a woman described as Latin, wealthy, and very frequently spotted at his shows over the past month. They're tossing out names that sound like Lucia or Sophia, but the vibe is that she's not in the industry and just happens to split her time between London and a very well-funded life in Latin America. Basically, Mystery Woman but make it luxury edition. And while Joe is playing Mystery Date London edition, Taylor is assembling her bridal squad like she's drafting the Avengers of wedding parties. Apparently, the big news floating around now is that Taylor's bridesmaids list is starting to lock in. And of course, it's as A-list as you'd expect. Insiders are confidently whispering that Gigi Hadid and Selena Gomez are already in the lineup, which honestly feels like the most on-brand trio since popcorn, soda, and a Marvel movie. Gigi reportedly had dinner with Taylor in New York last week, where Taylor casually dropped the bridesmaid question like it was no big deal. Gigi, according to a source, basically lit up like someone just handed her a backstage pass to life and said yes immediately.
Hi, Gigi, you look amazing.
Meanwhile, Selena is also supposedly tapped for the squad, and insiders claim Taylor wants to personally tell each bridesmaid face-to-face. I'm assembling my girl group for the heist of the century energy. And since Selena got married to Benny Blanco last month, Taylor is apparently planning to bounce a few wedding ideas off her, because if your friend just pulled off a celebrity wedding without the internet combusting, yeah, you want her advice. Then there's Sabrina Carpenter, who Taylor grabbed dinner with on Friday, which instantly triggered fan theories faster than you can say please don't make Pinterest boards out of this yet. Sabrina being around the bridal orbit has everyone wondering if she's next to get a sparkly invitation. So while her bridal squad is leveling up IRL, Taylor's latest album is quietly doing the same thing, sprinkling Easter eggs for the die-hard fans like she's leaving breadcrumbs through Narnia. Honestly, it's the kind of move only Swift could pull off. You're enjoying a catchy pop banger, then bam, there's a subtle wink at Travis Kelce tucked in somewhere, and suddenly your playlist doubles as a detective mission. Insiders say this new record, The Life of a Showgirl, is basically a glitter-coated love letter to Travis, full of songs celebrating her current lover-girl era, while still keeping that playful, show-stopping energy that made her Eras Tour legendary. Taylor clearly isn't just writing songs, she's staging a full-on theatrical adventure. Sources say she's reunited with Max Martin and Shellback for this one, aiming for tracks that hit harder than your morning espresso, earworms that are impossible to shake. The lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, apparently had fans screaming into their headphones because it's part love story, part elaborate tribute to Travis, and somehow packed with Shakespearean flair without anyone needing a Rosetta Stone. And of course she hid Easter eggs everywhere, from footballs tossed on stage to her obsession with sourdough bread, basically daring superfans to spot all the little nods while dancing along in glitter sneakers. One track, Wish List, has Taylor fantasizing about domestic bliss with Travis, complete with kids and a best friend who's hot enough to hang at brunch, while Opalite pays homage to Travis's favorite song and Opal Birthstone in serenely romantic tones. Then there's Wood, which insiders describe as cheeky yet innocent, sprinkling playful references to Travis's manhood while keeping it witty enough to fly over casual listeners' heads. And tracks like Honey and Ruin the Friendship juggle sentiment and nostalgia, flipping heartbreak and high school crushes into melodies that hit right in the feels. But while fans are busy decoding all the hidden nods to Travis in glitter sneakers, Taylor is also quietly curating her guest list like a social life sniper, making sure her wedding vibes stay pure, fun, and drama-free. Enter the latest plot twist. Insiders say Kim Kardashian won't be on the invite list. Yup, despite everyone expecting a Hollywood who's who to show up, Taylor apparently drew a firm line around the longtime feud with Kanye West, and by extension, Kim. Sources say Kim is taking it on the chin. She's not blindsided, but she's reportedly a little ouch about being left off. She apparently hoped time would soften the tension, and insiders note that she actually respects Taylor's hustle and success. But Taylor, sources whisper, is all about positive energy only at her wedding, and she's willing to make the tough calls to protect that vibe. It's the kind of move that makes total sense in her mind. After everything, you can't exactly throw a confetti-filled party and invite the drama along for the ride. Meanwhile, Taylor and Travis are planning a next spring spectacle that insiders say is going to feel like a pop culture Super Bowl meets fairy tale wedding. Everyone who's anyone will want a golden ticket, but some names, Kim included, are getting a polite but firm thanks not this time. The message seems clear. Taylor is locking in her inner circle for maximum sparkle, joy, and stress-free chaos. Meanwhile, across the country, Simone Biles is showing the world how to be a gold medal level wag, proving you don't need a balance beam to steal the spotlight. The gymnast-turned-football fashion icon was living her best soldier field life last Sunday, rocking a Bears-inspired sweater with Owens on the back and giving her partner, Chicago safety Jonathan Owens, all the hype he could handle. Insiders say she even threw in a Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce soundtrack clip from Travis's podcast on TikTok, because of course, she had to add some pop star energy to the wag vibes.
I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me.
The Bears had just pulled off another nail-biter, overcoming a 10-20 fourth-quarter deficit to slam the Giants 24-20. And Simone was there jumping, clapping, and laughing like she was on a trampoline instead of a stadium seat. Sources note that her energy was basically a contagious hurricane. Fans and camera crews couldn't get enough of her excitement, and her social media post, featuring a euphoric mid-celebration shot, went viral almost instantly with the caption, "The Bears won." Jonathan, as insiders put it, was the anchor of the Bears' defense, keeping things locked down in those tense final minutes and giving the offense just enough time to pull off the comeback. And Simone, she was front and center, showing that supporting your partner doesn't mean just a supportive glance from the sidelines. It means full-on cheerleader mode, gold medal edition. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.